Plenty of great Sunday night football games in 2020. Every game is a great game. I defy you, Big Cat, to look at that schedule and find a single game where you say, I'll pass. They are great from the beginning to the end. We have the traditional kickoff game on Thursday night, September 10. Playoff rematch, we talked about that earlier, Texans and the Chiefs. Cowboys and Rams open the new stadium in L.A. week 1. And then, how about, we don't even waste any time to get to the Super Bowl 49 rematch. The teams that only play each other once every 4 years. The last time they played was a Sunday night. Patriots-Seahawks. It was in New England before, and now it's in Seattle. Packers-Saints week 3. Are you kidding me? Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees. Eagles-49ers week 4. That should be a great game because the Eagles are a team that is much improved over last year, and I can recall some great Eagles-49ers games of years past. Vikings-Seahawks, well, you know what? That one's going to be the Seahawks win 23-0, so we'll just forget about that because it's prime time. It's Kirk Cousins in Seattle. We know how that goes. Rams-49ers week 6, another great one. Tom Brady and the Raiders in Las Vegas week 7. Cowboys-Eagles week 8. That's just the first half of the schedule. That could be the highlights of the schedule. Big Cat, it keeps getting better and better through the second half, and we've got the Thanksgiving night game as we've had every year since 2011, I believe, Ravens and the Steelers. That's the reunion of the Thanksgiving night Mike Tomlin tripping Jacoby Jones game.
Mike, when can you flex? When can NBC start flexing these schedules? Because I need to flex that Bears-Packers game out. I'm always worried about primetime games for the Bears. I get a pit in my stomach. When can they start flexing out?
Week 11. So you're in the bubble. Bears-Packers.
Okay,
the one game that stands out.
It's just a pit in my stomach. Anytime your team plays on primetime television and they might not be a very good team, it always is worrisome how they're going to perform. But you're right. Great schedule. I'll give you the only complaint I have about the schedule, and it will surprise you because you think that I'm going to put my foot in my mouth and do something that will jeopardize your relationship with NBC. But no, I am not. Au contraire. I'm just going to say it's always weird to see the new Rams logo, and they really screwed that up.
One thing I noticed earlier today on Twitter, they have revised the look of their field in L.A. very subtly. They took out that hideous L.A. with the horn logo, and they put in the ram head instead at midfield in the mock-ups that are floating around of what the stadium will look like. Very subtle change, but they have heard the people. People don't like that L.A. logo, and maybe it's going to start to be minimized. But, hey, look, and here's the thing. Going into a season, there is optimism, and we know some of these games will be better than we expected as we get later into the season, and some will be worse. And that flex option is important to keep in mind because it continues to give the NFL the ability to say, if the Bears stink come week 12, if they don't want to subject us to Nick Foles, Mitch Trubisky, Jay Cutler, whoever the quarterback may be, out goes that game, and in goes a better game. That's been a fixture now for so long, we kind of take it for granted. But it's insurance against getting to the back end of the season and having one of these games implode because of a quarterback injury or just because one of the teams is 1-10. And that's good. That's good. You don't have that on Monday Night Football, and you run the risk of getting into November and December, and you're like, God, why am I watching this game between a couple of teams who just are irrelevant?
Yeah, and the Sunday Night Football schedule looking this great right now is so great for the health of the league, and I know the NFL has no problems, but it does matter what games are played in prime time because when it comes to football, when you get to that red zone Sunday afternoon, every single game can be bad. If they're close and we're watching them all at the same time, it doesn't feel like they're bad. When you have these standalone games, Thursday, Sunday, Monday, and it's bad quarterback play and blowouts, that's when you really feel it. And that's when it feels like everyone goes down on the NFL and says, well, the quarterback play is not up to par and the product isn't as good. So having these standalone games be high quality and teams that should matter come November and December is super, super important. And I'm excited. This now has... I wasn't as excited when we started the show. I now have the juices flowing, and that's probably the coffee. But I'll also say it's the Sunday Night Football schedule.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.